Ronaldo came with a brace, scored not one goal but two. Can't take bad man for idiot, can't take bad man for fool. Scored on his second debut, cause that's what bad man's do. D-double-E like ooh. So Ronaldo came with a brace, scored not one goal but two. Can't take bad man for idiot, can't take bad man for fool. Scored on his second debut, cause that's what bad man's do. D-double-E like ooh, ooh. Whoop. Remember to like, comment, subscribe and support the thing. Follow on Twitter at 99banter, Instagram at OT99_banterroom, TikTok at OT99banterroom, all one word. For the full video, look me at OT99banterroom. Peace. Yo, this is the OT99 Banterroom where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show. Back again with Crep, NK, Edwin. Today, we got the big win. Today, CR7 turned up. Today, he returned. Today, it was all about Suiiiiii. Look, bro, I'm fully gassed. I am fully gassed. Manchester United smashed Newcastle 4-1. Got the goals. Like, look, the football sometimes was, I ain't gonna lie, it was a bit like bitsy here and there. I was complaining for a lot of the game. But to be honest, when I sat back and deeped it, I said it on the phone to NK, I sat back and deeped it, I said, you know what, yeah? Bro, like, Oli, a lot of the fan base is saying Oli's not that guy. A lot of the fan base is saying he's not the, it's the verdict's still out there. They say that we're a team that relies on our star players. Oli went and bought Varane, Sancho, and Cristiano Ronaldo, arguably actually the best player in the world, for me. So now he's doing what it says on the tin. These guys turn up today. Varane turned up today. Sancho had a decent game. Ronaldo does what he does and he bangs every day. This is what Oli's here to. This is what I expect from Oli. This is what the fans should expect from Oli. Look, this whole season, I feel like I'm going to be expecting games just like this, especially against the low block teams where we play crap. People are not happy because maybe we haven't got the right personnel or manager in terms of the midfield personnel or the right manager, but we're still going to be banging in the goals because we just boosted up the attack. But guys, what's your thoughts, man? NK, let me start with you, man. What's your thoughts on Ronaldo's brace today, man? Or the performance in general, man? Give me your thoughts.
You couldn't have right here, man. You couldn't have right here. Like today, everybody was just looking for Ronaldo, to be honest with you. And you know what? The goals he scored today is the reason why we brought him to Old Trafford. The first goal, none of the players on the pitch scored that goal. You know, the shot went there. He was the only one who anticipated that ball was going to do that. That's what when you talk about we need a number 9, that's a number 9. If Martial's on the pitch, he don't get the rebound. A lot of players don't get a rebound, and that's why we get him. Second goal, they talk about Ronaldo. Oh, cannot sprint. Did you see that sprint for the second goal? He literally ran onto the ball, stay on the last man, through ball, get the goal, and that's it.
It reminded me of Greenwood's goal, you know. It reminded me of Greenwood's goal, like last week against Leeds when he took it in his stride, ran with the ball.
Yeah. This one, the angle kind of like favored him a bit too. But you know what? He took his chance. You know, he's not gonna close people down. This is what Ronaldo is gonna be for Man United. One goal, clinical. You give him a chance, he scores. And I feel like United needed this type of player in the team. It doesn't matter how we perform or anything like that. When you get him the ball, he's gonna score. And you know what? I'm actually kind of like looking forward to the season as a whole, man, with him in the team.
Jeez, look, I can't lie, man. I can't lie. Look, I agree with everything you said, man. I feel like Ronaldo, man, he's just turning back the clock. He's showing everyone I'm putting the doubters wrong. Look, Edwin. Give me your summary on that game today, man. What was your thoughts on that game?
I think Man United. I think the problem in the past is where we had these type of games.
Yeah.
I think like NK was saying, when we didn't have like a Ronaldo, the team weren't playing, we'll draw these games or lose them, or just maybe win 1-0. But I think what is showing now is even though we played well at spells, we haven't really hit the ground running in terms of form. But at least we're winning these games because these are the games we usually would have lost points on. So it's good to see that. And I think with Ronaldo, it's just like, I think he's only going to get better because I'm sure even he said in his interview, he was a bit scared because you got to remember all the teams he's been at before, he's never been there before. He's already got his status at Man United. So it's like, he's playing against his legendary history. So there's that nerves. And now he's got those 2 goals and he's like, actually, I can play in this Prem again. he's confident. His confidence himself is just going to go up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I've been watching his goals, he's as good. He's only as good as the team around him. So I think the team will start playing better as well. Because even that last goal, look at the way they were passing around. The confidence was mad. Like Pogba passed it to Van der Beek. Remember what we were saying about Van der Beek? Simple pass back, passed into Martial, step over, Lingard, push it to the side, scores. You know what I mean? So I think the whole team are just lifted. You know what I mean? And I think I think it was a good performance. You know, sometimes defensively we got caught out. You know what I mean? Like Maguire, even Varane at times. But once the team starts gelling, I think there's only, forwards now for the team. But I think overall it's a good performance. And there's certain signings that change. Do you know what it is? It's like when we got Van Persie. Remember, we didn't make any major signing like midfielders or things. We bought Van Persie, and he actually started slow. Remember, he weren't scoring in the beginning, and then he scored the goals for us to win. So I think Ronaldo might have that same impact. He might get those goals like NK was saying. Those goals that you need, the poacher goals, or those goals where you just need a last minute goal and you just put the ball in the box. Because now the problem we've had before, we didn't, apart from Cavani, we didn't have someone in the box that could head. And now we've got someone
place,
that
right time.
Yeah, and like NK said, like everyone was saying he's 36, he can't sprint, but he left those defenders, put it in his stride, boom. So not only is he good at doing that still, he's great in the air. So I think he gives us many options, and I feel like his confidence will like reflect on the players, and they're gonna start feeling invincible as well. You know what I mean?
Come on.
So,
Look. No, I agree. I feel like it's doing the same thing. I feel like he's turning back the clock. Like I said, one thing about Ronaldo, you may not be able to do that burst like he used to do when he was younger, like that speed. But what he can do is do the burst over a short distance. He can leave a man over a short distance. And with Ronaldo, that's all he needs. All he needs is just that quick little 2-yarder, let off his shot or whatever, and get ahead of you, and then that's it. Look, Crep, their performance today had me thinking raw, like I said, it was mixed. Like I was looking at the team thinking I was getting stressed. I started thinking about the midfield again, started thinking about the whole, all of this stuff came flooding into my mind. And then obviously we got the goals. For me, I don't feel like the result told the full story. I remember seeing some stats where it showed like Newcastle having even more possession than us. And I didn't even expect that at any point in the game. Where I think they showed like some 5-minute stats with them having more possession than us. I think it was like 50 something to 40 something, or 60 something, or something like that, 60 something to 40 something. Look, what was your thoughts on our performance today? Is it something, did you expect more? Or like, does it come to a surprise? Does it come to a surprise? Or what's your view?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a tale of two halves, to be honest. I thought we was going to start a lot better with the atmosphere. All the excitement around Ronaldo returning. I think we started off a little bit slow. We were struggling to break down Newcastle a little bit. They were very compact, very defensive. They had pretty much 9 men behind the ball, and we struggled to really break them down. I think the goal just before halftime helped. They were forced to open up and to obviously try and attack to get the equalising goal, which created a little bit more space. But overall, it was a good performance. Second half was fantastic. First half, like I said, probably not so much. Just to point on what NK was saying, I agree completely with what he was saying in regards to Ronaldo's first goal. And I've always said that that's been missing. I think Cavani probably can score them sort of goals, but if you think about Rashford and Martial, they don't score them sort of goals. And I've always said that they don't have the instincts or the hunger in and around the box. So I compare them with strikers like Aguero, Suarez. They score them goals all day, every day, because they're hungry to score goals, and they have a striker's instinct to be at the right place at the right time. And Martial and Rashford are not them sort of strikers, and I don't think they should ever really be playing as centre forwards. I don't think they're an option. I think Greenwood, he's a different kind of striker as well, but I think he can probably still learn to have that sort of instinct, and he is a great finisher. So, Ronaldo's been a fantastic addition. Forget his age, he's a phenomenal. Do you get what? He's an enigma. Him and Messi are just elite. I don't care how old he is, he can still do it at the top level. We've seen it today. It was a big boost for the team. And also, I want to talk about Varane as well. I know obviously we conceded, but Varane brings a level of calmness to that defense.
Massively.
A level of calmness to that defense, because there was a few there was a few tricky moments, you know, with Newcastle with their counter attack. But I feel if it was Lindelof, the defense would have been unhinged a little bit, and we probably would have conceded maybe 1 or 2 more goals. But I think with Varane, his level of calmness, him and Maguire, could see that partnership blossoming and going from strength to strength. To be honest, yeah, with a few misplaced passes as well in the first half. I think Wan-Bissaka gave the ball away. It was a crap. It was a terrible.
It was annoying.
Quite a few players gave the ball away as well. So we just need to work on that. But obviously, again, probably a little bit of nerves, needs to settle down into the game. And after that, they you know, it was a great performance, a great result.
Do you know what? Yeah, just on that thing you was talking about with the centre back pairing, I feel like their partnership is blossoming as well. The whole Maguire and Varane thing. I saw at times where, and I know Maguire got burnt because he missed that challenge. Right, I think. Who skinned him? Saint Maximin skinned. No, not Almiron. He skinned like the whole squad. But I see Maguire go out. He felt confident enough to go out, try and challenge for that ball because he had the confidence that Varane was behind him, you know. And these are things that you wouldn't really see with Lindelof and Maguire too often in every game. You would see them sitting so deep in their box, like absorbing the pressure because they're worried about getting burnt in games like that. Or, do you know what I mean? You see like Varane coming out wide as well, doing his thing while Maguire's back, coming out wide to challenge the ball on his side, even taking positions where, what do you call it, Aaron Wan-Bissaka should be, because Aaron Wan-Bissaka is so high up the pitch. So like Varane is one of those guys that he really marshals the defense. He gives players around, the players feel very confident around him and can only improve our game when they can think, you know what, let me go and do my thing, let me push up forward, Pogba can push up forward, whoever next to Pogba can feel comfortable because they know that Varane and Maguire's behind them, mainly Varane, you know what I mean? So, I mean, he's having nothing but a positive impact on our defense. But for me,
Maguire,
I'm going to get onto man of the match.
Maguire needs to learn a bit of calmness from Varane because that goal, if he doesn't commit, we don't concede that goal. Varane will never commit. There's a lot of times that there was 2-on-2.
Stays on his feet.
Literally backed off. And it literally helped everybody get back. Maguire needs to learn how to do that kind of a thing. Don't commit, just be calm and composed like how Varane was.
That's uncharacteristic of him though, because he's not one to lunge and do that thing anyway. So it's a random.
Yeah, I know, but that's to say that he needs to learn that kind of a thing because you know what, good centre back makes defending look so easy. As I said, this goal, if he doesn't go in like that, we don't. Because the first time you saw how many times that they go 2-on-2. They could not do nothing on it. You stay on your feet, you give them too much to think, and this place cannot do nothing. So sometimes I feel like going forward, he just needs to learn that a bit of calmness from him. And if he does that, it's going to be a perfect partnership.
I don't blame Maguire for that goal though. I understand what you're saying, but I feel that was a 2-on-1 situation. He had to go in there. To be fair, that was Shaw's man. He should have covered. Shaw should have been there covering. Who is it? Minkov or whatever. The left backs. I forgot his name. I don't remember his name, but he should have been covering. That he shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. Maguire had to deal with a 2-on-1 situation. Obviously, he lunged in, and you know it was the wrong decision, but. You can't really blame him for doing that. If I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, I don't think I agree. I don't think I'll blame Maguire, but I think I kind of agree with NK as well. I think with Maguire, if he's going to be in them situations, he needs to learn to maybe more on the technical side of making them fouls. You know, making them technical fouls that you don't have to dive in, but you maybe
take the yellow card
them or something. Yeah, or something like that, or enough not to get sent off, but to break the play up. So instead of diving in, he could have done something else, but he had a better game. You know, I usually not his biggest fan, but I think them two definitely had a better game. You can see that they're gonna get better as they go along. The
only person that I'm comfortable with slide tackling or doing all of that is Wan-Bissaka because he's very consistent with the outcomes of that. But when I saw Maguire do that, I kind of felt worried because for me. Someone like him will go and get a red card for some recklessness and put us in trouble. But what surprised me about that game is at times Manchester United was playing pretty high up the pitch. Like I remember looking at Manchester United, looking at Varane and seeing no word about Varane was on a halfway line. These guys are further, just maybe a yard or two in front of the halfway line in the opposition's box. That's how high up the pitch we're playing. Now that surprised me. Reason being because Newcastle's a really good counter-attacking team. You got obviously you see Saint Maximin with his speed, his dribbling. You got Almiron, you saw that as well, and we suffered because of that. Because what Newcastle was doing is absorbing. You see how they set up that 2 banks of 4, basically absorbing it all and then trying to hit us on a counter attack. And you know what? You saw it out there. You saw what happened on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? These men, and I think that was one of the reasons. You know, people may say, "Oh, we ain't got a DM or whatever like that." Look, no DM or nothing like that saving you. When we're playing like that, there's gonna be times when you're gonna get hit in a counter attack. If Man United's playing that higher line, and maybe we feel comfortable with Varane because he's got the speed or whatever like that. What we need to realize is that we are gonna be exposed to a counter attack. Depending on the teams you're playing, we should be knowing that raw. These men are not slow. Almiron is quick. Saint Maximin is quick. You're gonna get touched. We're not playing these teams that we're not playing like up against guys like Pookie or something that can't blow. Do you know what I mean? We're up against a quick man. So for me, I expected that to happen. But if Man United is gonna be playing like that, playing so high up the pitch, I think Man United the thing about Man United, I feel like we just committed to say, do you know what? Attacking team. If you score 1, we're going to score 2. If you score 3, we're going to score 4. And you know what? It's exciting for the fans to watch. It's a bit nerve-wracking, but you saw it by the goals, man. By half-time, we were the only team to score a goal. Did you clock that?
Yeah, but you know what I think it is as well? I think they played so high now because I think what NK was saying as well, we haven't had a striker like Ronaldo since probably Van Nistelrooy, to be honest. You know, them ones that get poacher goals. So they're probably feeling more confident playing so high up, because they've got someone that can nick a goal at any moment.
Chicharito was a poacher, though. Solid.
I know, but like consistently, you know what I mean? Van Nistelrooy will start and score. So probably that's why, because the other games, they didn't really press as high as they did today. But I think it's more the confidence of who they got up front. So they're like, we can afford, like you said, we can afford to do this because we're going to score. I think they've got the confidence that they will score, but then they have to find a way to be a bit more compact at the back, because even if you score, what happens when you play against better teams that will make more chances? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and then you know what? Another point, like watching United today, if we don't win the league this season, is going to be our inability to get a defensive midfielder. Like, trust me. You see today's game, you know what? It's early in the season, so it's going to take us some time to kind of like build form and everything. But today's game, like, we dominated the ball, and Pogba today too, he got 2 assists too. And no matter what people gonna say too, this guy he can create. But when we get hit on the counter today, Matic, for example, on the ball he was poor, and doing the counter too, he was very poor too. You just need those kind of like guys next to Pogba to help with that kind of like little defending, breaking up the play. Like today, I think he only done like about 1 or 2 interceptions to just kind of like help with the defense. Just needs that defensive duty job. It is not hard, especially when we have a lot of the ball. Sometimes, as you say, sometimes you just need to just do them little kind of like low fouls that City do a lot to just get a yellow card. He was picking bad positions, and and then Pogba to dropping deep to collect the ball. That's not where you want him. We want Pogba in between the DM and Bruno, so that he can get the ball and just start feeding these guys. But that DM position, I don't know who can take it. Fred played there, he was poor. Matches played there, he was poor too. I don't know who's going to come and grab that position and make it their own this season. I really don't know.
I think it's McTominay, you know. I think I was speaking to, I think he's the only one that could probably do it, even though we do need a DM, because he's the only one that seems to have that ferociousness that Ollie wants. I think Ollie wants someone that would just like, I don't think he's looking for a neat player in that position. And I think with McTominay, he's the only physical one that's got the energy to do it.
I think he's looking for a passer, but also someone that's energetic, that can cover the blades of grass. And if Scott McTominay can improve and be that person, then it's waiting for someone to occupy it, basically.
Yeah, because now Pogba is doing the job of 2 people, you know. He's doing the job of 2 people, and then, but then that's not fair on the guy too. Because when we get the ball defensively, he having to just do too much tracking back, and sometimes, I don't know, sometimes the DM just needs to just be in a position just to help out. But I don't know, man, but we just need someone to help him out.
I don't think Matches actually played that bad today.
I don't think he played that bad.
I think he was.
He was horrible with some of the passing and some of the interceptions he done.
I think Matty's done what he needs to do. Let me go. Can I just go back to the high line thing, right?
Yeah,
Edwin, I know you said that you felt because we had a striker. I think it's because we actually had Varane in that defense.
It's Varane
with pace. Because if you look at the whole of last season, we always played with a deep back line, no matter who we played.
Right.
Whether it's
hit on the set piece.
Because they were scared that we were going to get hit over the top, and Lindelof and Maguire haven't got the pace to recover.
Yeah.
So now we've got the pace to recover. I felt that, I know it was a little bit dangerous, but if you look at the way Newcastle set up, they basically played with a back five and a 3-man midfield, all sitting behind the ball, and then they left kind of Josselin and
Almiron and Saint
Maximus really to just do the runs. But I feel that Oli has faith that Varane can one-on-one. He can probably cover any of those offenders. I think he's got faith that one-on-one he backs Varane against any of Newcastle's attackers. So
right.
I don't think it's much of a risk. And also, we're going to have majority of the possession. They were sitting really deep. They were, it was a low block team, and majority of our players will have to push forward to try and break down that defense. In terms of Matic, he done what he needed to do. To be fair, anyone could have done it because the DM wasn't really. The focus was trying to break Newcastle down. That to me was the struggle. I don't think we was really. I wasn't really that worried about Newcastle scoring too many goals. I'm going to be completely honest. So
they had 12 attempts on goal today.
Their finishing was poor. Their finishing was
poor. But I mean, a lot of their attempts weren't really.
I'm just saying. Like, look, Newcastle coming there today, they shouldn't have had 12 attempts on goal. It makes you question, can a team with like good quality players today would have taken their chances today? And that's the bit that we always kind of avoid. It's a long season, and the way sometimes we just defend in that middle, I don't know, I just don't want that defense to be exposed too much, to have to deal with too much. It's not every time that Veron's speed is going to get us out of trouble. It's not every time the gear is going to save. Because today too, the gear made some good save too, when it was 1-1. It's not every time that is going to happen. And I just get worried about that, someone to just help us so that we don't kind of concede too many chances.
We got to be realistic though. This is the Prem, and there's a lot of good players in the Prem. Like even against Chelsea, Man City, there's a lot of attempts against these teams, but they have players that can cope with these attempts. That's what we need to do. That's what we're doing. De Gea's paid to make saves to keep us in the game. Varane is paid and Maguire are paid to defend these attempts. So we have to be realistic in terms of we're not going to always dominate the game to the point where we're gonna neutralize the opposition to 1 or 2 attempts. There's going to be attempts in the game, but it's how we cope with them. In the past, we haven't been able to cope with them well, but now we're seeing we're seeing a change in that, and we're able to cope with these 12 attempts. Historically, it might have been 2-2, 3-3. Now we restricted them to 1 goal. Which was a kind of
it would have been a 0-0, mate, or 1-1.
Exactly.
Got no goal.
So exactly, they would have scored. I mean, look at. I always think back to Everton. I think it was 3-3 or whatever when they scored.
About that game. That game was the worst game.
Them sort of goals happen. Them things happen. But this season, we seem to be cutting those out slowly but surely. And I think the addition of yes, we need a DM. We all know that. We all know we need a DM, but I do see a little bit of a change in the defense, and I have got a little bit more faith in them from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Look, what do you think about Van der Beek today? Like, do you feel like that position in midfield he could like fill it, or just give him a try? Because I feel like what I was saying to Firma before, what I like about him, he brings we say Varane kind of brings a calm at the back. He brings that calm in midfield in terms of he doesn't do too much like everyone else. He don't take too many touches. He'll get the ball and pass it and moves it on. He moves the ball swiftly. And in a recent interview, he said he's played a number 6, role before comfortably. So do you think he could actually fill that role? Or do you think
I don't think so. You know what? Look, one thing about Oli is Oli don't like to experiment. Like he tried that last season. He done that. Tottenham beat us 6-1, and then he went back to McTominay and Fred. Maybe he can, maybe he cannot, but this is not the time to be experimenting. I feel like he can play as the 8 or a 10, but not a 6, And one thing today too, that Oli done well too is he used his sub very good. Linda came in, scored a goal. I mean, the third goal was literally about the trace-up. You know, Martial made it go over his leg, and then Lindegaard just took his chance to. And you know, two players I need to give a shout out to is Pogba and Bruno. Because Ronaldo coming, everybody's gonna feel like, okay, Ronaldo's just gonna take all the whole responsibility. Today, Pogba still got 2 assists. Bruno still kind of like got his goals too. It's very encouraging when all these players are all on form at the same time.
We got creators all over the pitch. Creators all over the pitch right about now. It's
trust
amazing.
me, like this season, I don't see United. Look, to me, this is it. If we go into a game and we keep a clean sheet, we get something out of the game. The way we are, I feel like we can score a goal every single game. It's just up to our defense to just make sure that we win the games.
So what did you guys think about Sancho?
Yeah. I mean,
I think he's getting warm up. He's getting warmed up.
I think he needs game time. I think he needs some game time.
He needs time. He does look. You can tell he's got the talent, but you know when certain players look off the time of where they're playing, he looks behind, like in terms of like he's always catching up.
I think
he needs to impose himself more. He just seems to be just doing just enough to get by. I think he needs to actually just take a grasp of it and just be more. You know how he was in Germany, just attack more, run at players, do a bit more.
I think he's playing safe at the moment. I've seen him where sometimes he could take the shot, can do a little bit more, but he does an easy pass. He makes a sensible pass. You get what I'm saying? And
it's Ronaldo's there, isn't it? No one wants to disappoint your boy Ronaldo.
I don't think it's that.
But we didn't buy him for that. You remember, like when they bought him, they said we bought him because he's a flary person. He brings us something different. He assists and scores. So I think he just needs to play his football and forget about.
I think he'll come. He'll come because I saw moments on the left where he was looking fluid. He was beating guys, drifting like switching between the centre on the left and on the right. It's gonna come. Like when I was watching Man United, I was thinking, is this team need to gel? Like it's feeling like a bit offish, and maybe it just needs that they need to get a few games under the belt where it looks a bit more. You know, as the game grew, you saw the fluid football. I even thought, to be fair, it was too fluid. Not like to say it's too cute. I thought it was too cute. I thought Man United was doing this Arsenal football. I wanted more directness. I wanted people popping the shots off. I wanted like too much passing. You know, Bruno's now doing link up play with Pogba. Pogba doing link up play with Shaw, Ronaldo. I'm just like, I don't really like tiki-taka too much. Like I just want us to do that tiki-taka where it leads to an opening for you to run on it and slot it in the net. And I thought, like when I saw Bruno like making all of those missed chances, I know he was getting slated in the match. But for me, I'm just like, look. Bruno's knocking it from here all the way over to there. Yeah, 9 times out of 10 it's going off. But when it's gonna get you, he's gonna get you an assist in the game. He's gonna get you on a goal in the game. And what happened? He popped off that. Look, let me get onto it. By the way, whose goal? What goal do you? What's the goal of the match?
It's got to be the last goal, isn't it?
I think it has to be the last goal.
It's the last goal.
Bruno's goal, was like a great shot, But just the play of the last one was mad. Like Pogba picked it up, beat 2 players, passed it to Van der Beek. Van der Beek passed it back to him. He passed it into Martial. Martial dummied it. Lingard picked it up, shifted it, and coded it. You know what I mean? Like I know Bruno's one looks good, but the team play was mad for the last one. It was so fluid.
Can we talk about Lingard? I'm going to be honest. I liked what I saw with when Lingard came on the pitch. I'm going to be completely honest, I like good. Lingard's playing with a different kind of swagger. I'm going to be completely honest. He's confident. He's confident in his ability. I don't know. He looks. Give Sancho time, but Lingard did look better. I don't want him to take Sancho's place. That's not what I'm saying. But it's good for the squad that we've got that kind of depth now where we can bring that sort of player off the bench, or if we need to, we can start him. Because Lingard looked good.
Are you happy that
Lingard? I always say,
if someone came in with 30 million right now, what's your decision?
For what, Lingard?
For Lingard right now.
How
someone
much?
said 30 million, I want to pay for 30. What's your decision right now?
I still sell him though. I still sell. Look, Lingard is good, The problem with Lingard that I always have, today he came on 3-1, the game is open. When the game is open, it suits Lingard very good. When if it's 0-0 and then you play him, it's very hard for him to create the chances and just do that. That is the thing. But as I said to you, he's a hard worker. He will close down. He will run. He will just do all those kind of things. It's just when the game is, if this game is 0-0 and if 75th minute, only don't bring him on. Only just don't bring him on because he will not have space to like run or do the kind of thing that he needs to do.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
No,
Let's
but
not judge him.
He's always like that with
let's judge him
Lingard,
on let's judge him on his current form minute. On his current form,
Do you know what? Yeah.
he can potentially get brought on.
Yeah.
No, do you know what? I agree.
Only
I agree
likes
with you because we got to look at him at West Ham. Yeah, when he was given the time, this guy was playing mad, and it wasn't that long ago.
In his position,
You know what
though.
I mean?
That's because it's in his
on
position.
the counter, bro.
With
On
it-
the
with-
counter, I think he was playing more like a
position,
number 9 too.
He played really well. He played really well today.
Edis, United brought the subs United brought on today. I remember looking at our bench last season, yeah. Only seeing Mandem like Amad Diallo, and maybe like Telles that could change the game.
What?
United-
Tell us, change the game.
Bro, I mean, I was looking at who's the only attacking. Like that's how bad it was. I was thinking like, who else can attack? I remember looking literally last season, it was only Amad Diallo, bro, and maybe Donny van der Beek. You never got games anyway. And now I'm looking at the bench today. Look who started, and look. Rashford ain't even here. We brought on Martial. You know what I mean? Brought on Lingard, and he banged in the goal. We brought on who else?
Cavani. We got Cavani on the bench.
Cavani. Bro, I don't even know if he even made bench. You know, I don't even know if he made bench. Like we got.
I think he might be injured. He might have picked a knock or be injured or something.
Bro, we got so much attacking players. And when you're talking about winning, and this I'm gonna get to my next question. When you're talking about winning trophies, when you're talking about like challenging on all fronts, Man United is stacked in attacking positions anyway. Defensive positions were stacked. Attacking. That midfield is a bit light, but I feel like we can manage through injuries to get by because you know Donny is crying. He's crying out to prove a point. He came out, he interviewed on 5 Real Ferdinand and said, you know what, I want to play in a 6 or 8 or whatever. I need game time, and he's dying to prove a point. So for me, I feel like we've got a decent squad to go on to challenge. For me, I'm secretly thinking, and I don't even want to get clipped, but I'm secretly thinking that yes, we're winning trophy, like we're winning something. And secondly, I've got a small inkling thinking Man United could probably lift the Premier League title. I'm secretly thinking.
But do you know when you said that thing about Lingard, right? Do you know why I would keep him, yeah? Because I think a problem with us last season is that certain positions weren't under threat because of the lack of depth. So certain players could play bad and they'll still play again next week. You know what I mean?
Rashford, for example. Rashford had some terrible patches,
right?
But he was never getting taken off.
Never.
Yeah, and
never getting taken off.
Was a perfect example.
Yeah.
Who?
So with Lingard,
I say the Europa League final was a perfect example. He was shit in that final.
He was shocking.
And then he survived 120 minutes.
So many games.
And
anyway,
the thing about Rash is he can now go on and sort out his toe or whatever it is, or his ankle or shoulder. What? Because he got the surgery on his shoulder, right? But I think he's still got like a his back or ankle.
Training though.
No, he's recovering from shoulder.
He's cool now. He's good now, though. He's good now.
I swear he had 2 injuries. Oh, okay.
He's good now.
He's all right.
He's good now.
He's back now. But that's what I was saying. When there was more competition for spaces, like having Lingard, like for instance, Sancho's not playing well. Greenwood needs to think. You could bring Lingard on. You know what I mean? Like, and now players are under threat. Like, it's like, okay, cool. If I'm not back last season, if I'm not playing well, I'm playing next week. There's no one on the bench. Now is if you don't play well, potentially your position you'll just get subs, and if that person comes
except for Wan-Bissaka, bro. Except for Wan-Bissaka, because he ain't got.
I know.
I agree. Even if you look at Chelsea, Man City, they effectively got 2 teams. They've got 2 teams two strong teams, and I think we need that for competition because last year one of the problems that we had is we kept playing the same players over and over. Rashford was always guaranteed to start. Bruno was playing pretty much every minute, every game, every competition. We need players that can challenge, right? We can rotate and keep them on form, keep them hungry. And the more we win games early, the better it is for the squad because you can start taking off some of these players, and you can bring on players like Lingard or Van der Beek or whoever. I can get them up to speed and you get them, playing with more confidence. Right now, I wouldn't take the 30 million because what are we going to use that for? We're not going to reinvest that money. So therefore, it's just we'd rather keep Lingard for this season at least, see how he does, and then next year potentially sell him if his form dies or whatever. But right now, the 30 million is not really going to add to the squad at all.
Yeah, like it was being said before, competition is so important because, like, as it was said, like Man City, all these great teams have 2 teams, and that's where Liverpool struggled last season. they only had one team, and when that one team was cracked, it was finished for them. But now we've got literally players that we can bring on and take off. It's just like basically certain places are guaranteed, Bruno and Ronaldo, but all the others is like, okay, cool, you're at risk, so they actually have to turn up.
Varane.
Right.
Yeah.
And Maguire too.
And Shaw.
I'm
Actually, do you know what? There's a few players. But you know, like the creative ones, the wingers, like Rashford can't come and now have a bad season because Sancho's there. Martial could go play there. Lingard could play there. He actually has to turn up this season. You know what I mean? Even with Greenwood has started well, but he can't afford to dip because someone could take his place. And
So let me ask you this then. So we're saying that we've got the squad depth now this season, and I agree. I feel like bar like maybe one or two players, right? We've got the squad depth, right?
Yeah.
What's your expectations this season then? Like, what is your expectations going into this season? Now you know what the squad depth is. You've seen what other teams have done. You know City's there. You know Liverpool's there. You know Chelsea's there. What realistically is your expectations?
Can I just quickly say one thing? Yeah, it's all well and good having this. I'm gonna get onto the expectations, but I just want to talk about Oli. My expectations for Oli at the moment. So I'm gonna be watching carefully how Oli manages this team. Now he's got the tools. We know we're lacking a defensive midfielder, but for me that's not an excuse. I think he's got everything he needs to be able to challenge on all fronts in all competitions. But for me, is how he manages his team is going to be important. Whether he's going to consistently pick players that are out of form. Because if you look at the top managers, Pep, Tuchel's, all these top managers, right? Yeah. When the players are not playing well, they don't care. They drop these players. Aguero, whoever it is, it doesn't. They don't care. No players big enough, bigger than the club in their eyes. And I feel Oli needs to have that ruthlessness. He needs to take risks and he needs to stop trying to play it safe. So how Oli manages the squad, if Rashford continues to play and he's out of form, or Sancho or Pogba, whoever it is, and he continues to pick them, then for me, if he doesn't win anything, he has to go. Just based on that alone.
Man, I'm trapped. That's facts. And just call for Zidane to come out of retirement for a little bit.
So get to your. So what is your expectation? So you said, you want him to manage the team in terms of not doing this whole selection bias thing, and making sure that guys are out of form, are getting subbed or whatever. What is your expectations then in terms of allocate this season or Premier League?
The expectation in the Premier League, I'm not gonna. There's a lot. We can't write off Chelsea and Man City. I think they're still strong. So I'm not gonna say I expect us to win it, but I do expect us to have a serious title challenge.
What does that look like?
Be within 4 points by the time the Premier League draws so close. Within 4 points of the champion, not 10, not 12, not 8. Within 4 points, we need to be close on their nuts. Seriously.
Yeah.
In order for me personally, to feel that this squad has taken up a notch and moved to the next level.
So if we pose the serious title challenge, finish within 4 points, would you be saying Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keeps the job? Considering other things. If we finish within 4 points and we win another trophy, then yes. If we don't win another trophy, if we win no trophy this season, he has to go. Carabao Cup?
No, I don't want to hear that.
It's got to be an FA Cup, man. I mean, we'll take the Carabao Cup, but I mean an FA Cup, a Champions League. He's got or the Prem. One of the three are the big three trophies I feel he needs to win, personally.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, NK, man?
Well,
I'll get to you.
With me, in terms of like squad rotation, I think Oli just need to rotate, but rotate with a bit of careful. Like, be careful too, not too much. For example, in like a game, don't do too much changes. For example, next week, like a Champions League, if Telles was fit, rest Shaw, and then just bring one or two changes, and don't be doing like 3 or 4 changes, because then it distracts the team. So make changes, but do it carefully too. Expectation, look, I expect United to be top of the league come December, even if it's 1 point gap. See how we were last season. We went Christmas on top of the. I expect us to be like that, because you know what? In the next few weeks, the big teams are playing against each other. I think Chelsea is going to play, what do you call it? Man City is going to play Chelsea very soon. Chelsea got Tottenham, and then so they are going to be playing each other. Liverpool, all of them. So this we got a very good fixture until like late October.
Yeah, we got a good set.
I expect us to keep on winning. You know, keep on winning. Just go to like December, be on top of the table or 1 point or so, and after that, I say it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game. I just feel like if we keep on just grinding that win to December, because these teams are going to make a mistake. They make a mistake, we give them 1 point gap. They make a mistake, we give them 2. Another mistake, by the time you know, you got 6 points, and then a draw will still feel a bit kind of like safe. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for.
Edwin, what keeps Ollie in the job, man?
I think what was said before was right. I think we need to see more from Ollie. Like, he's actually got no excuse, because before last season, okay, you've got a young squad, yeah, but you've signed 2 Pacific players that are winners. You've got Varane, who's won multiple trophies and he's certified in his position. You've got Ronaldo, who not only knows the club and is a legend already, but like he said in his interview, he's there to help the team be consistent and have the kind of encouragement to move forward. So technically, with what we've got, minus the DM, we need to, like it was said, be closer to the top or win the Prem, because you can't have them type of players. He's got no excuse. Basically, he's got no excuse. He has to win something.
For me,
like, you've got the players.
Sorry. Yeah.
Now I'm just saying, you've got the players. The thing is, he's got a good mix. He's got young, hungry players, mid-tier kind of players. Then he's got actual like legend players or top tier players. You got Ronaldo,
experienced players,
experienced players. So there's no excuse. You've got a range of all of that, and you've got a lot of tools in your kit. There's no way. Yeah, he has to win something. If he hasn't even won anything, he has to go, because we can't always be like next season.
Bro, you know what? I'm gonna be reckless with it. Yeah. I'm going to be reckless with it. Fam, Man United's winning trophies this season for facts. For me, they're winning it. The reason why I'm winning it, because you don't bring together the Avengers like this and not expect anything. Bro, real talk. You don't bring together the Avengers like this and expect that. Fam, have you seen our squad, bro? Remember when I sent that WhatsApp thing, yeah? With just like the 5 players against the 5 players of PSG? Like, literally, yeah, Man United has probably got like top five, one of the best teams in the world. Do you understand? Like, we're talking about the Avengers. Like, Man United is literally the Avengers assembled, bro. Like, for me, Man United is winning, bro. They're winning trophies, and you hear like, you don't like you mentioned Ronaldo and Varane's allocated. That them guys they're not just gonna. I can't see them just coming to a team and it just being as if like nothing's happened. We're finishing the season as if nothing happens. Like, we're just maybe like closing a gap or getting to a final and not winning it. Man United is lifting trophies this season, bro. And Ronaldo came with a boldness. Ronaldo was just like, you know what? Sir Alex Ferguson, look, first of all, he said, I ain't coming here to play. I'm coming here to win titles. Like, I ain't coming here for no holiday. Look, Fergie, like, I promise you, man gave man the promise, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, man can't let Fergie leave this earth here and then give him the false promise and then man not fulfill it. That's his son. That's his son, fam. You know the one? Bro, Man United is lifting trophies this season, bruv. I'm telling you, bruv. This season, there's no way Ronaldo's leaving Man United without Man United lifting silverware. Whether it be Champions League, whether it be Premier League, whether it be FA Cup, whether it be Carabao, whether it be the double, the triple.
Bro, Carabao.
Let's run the Carabao Cup. Let's leave that for Arsenal then, because them man there, that's what they do with.
That's not they won their relegation battle today.
Bro, it's happening with Oli or without Oli. That's my view. It's happening with Oli.
Firma, I get your optimism on this. Yeah, my only reservation, right, is this: is that there's a few reservations. Firstly, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City honestly do have better managers than us, right?
And they're winners too.
They've all winners, exactly. They've also been around the block before. They've done it. So, and they have also improved as well. Now, maybe not so much Liverpool, but Liverpool they've got key players back from injury. So, we've improved, so have they, but also they have the experience and also they have the manager to do it.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And you know what? Another point too is, yes, we got winners in our team, but some of these players are not used to a title race. For example, when they get that kind of like neck and neck, and then the team win, and then you got late kickoff, and then you have to go there and then win and then keep the chase. They're not used to that kind of like mind games and that kind of like mental kind of thing, that kind of like goal within a title race. I would expect us to knock on the door this season, and then next season we're going for it. But hey, if we take it this season, who are we to complain?
Bro, this is why we got these leaders in the squad, like Ronaldo and Varane. This is why we've got them. Like, it's not just about like.
But you know what is true? You know what Michael said is true, because managers technically win when it gets down to it. It's the managers that win, because look at Tuchel, right? He came in same squad. They won the Champions League. You know what I mean? So
and they went on a good run. And they went on a good run. They were like 10th or whatever it was. Yeah, when he took over the squad.
It's like you said, it's important, because now when it gets to crunch time, it's not even about the players. It's what Oli gonna do.
Right, and you know what? Last season he failed. Last season, when we were at top of the league, and then we went to Liverpool, and they were on a bad form. That was inexperience from Oli. Any manager will go there and say, "Boys, we are top of the table. Let's go there and show these people that we are here to stay." He went there and went to play for a 0-0 draw, and that was the inexperience right there.
Bro, the way I was
not only experience, he's not. He doesn't want to take risks. He wants to play safe. Right. Go out there, believe in your team, and go and win.
Bro,
go out there. I don't believe Oli. I don't believe Oli. In his interviews, he's like, they're like, "You're happy you won." He goes, "Yeah, that's the way we need to be playing. That's the Man United way." But then he'll go to a next game and play so negatively. Like, he'll say one thing. No, because he'll be like, we've got to be winning. We've got to be pressing teams. We've got to be attacking like this every game. Then, like you say, the next game is like, even like, he said that. Then the next game against Wolves, you're like, where's all that talk from the other game? So it's really down to him.
Bro,
if we don't win it, it's down to him.
He'll go Norwich at home and play bloody Fred and McTominay. Idiot.
Bro, PSG, Man United in Champions League final. Man United's winning silverware this season. Next season,
I think we will knock PSG out though. I think we will knock them out.
Do you know what? I agree, Firma. I like the thing you said. I like the optimism, but like it's Solskjaer has to show us. Oli has to show us something.
He has to.
Oli shows us something, and that's
it. Bro,
it.
it's happening with or without. That's the thing, is it's happening with or without him. I said that it's happening with or without him.
You can't say that. You can't say that because
it's happening. Look, Ronaldo's here for 2 years. Yeah, an extension maybe of 1 year. Man United's gonna win silverware before Oli, whether or not Oli's here or not, whether he stays and has his stupidness or not. What I'm saying is, by the time CR7 leaves Man United, he's fulfilling his promise, bro. The whole world's holding him to his promise. He's fulfilling it, and he is gonna fulfill it. That's my thing. So all I'm saying is, get ready, guys. In the next in United's contract, Ronaldo's contract lifetime, we're gonna be lifting the trophy. We're gonna be singing Suiiiii, you get me, and we're gonna be celebrating with CR7's t-shirts. Look, let's get to it though. The final part of this series. Who was your man of? This is probably a silly question to be fair. I'm gonna ask it anyway. Who was your man of the match? Crep, start with you.
I'm gonna give it to
and who was your poorest? Sorry.
I'm gonna give it to the goal, CR7. 2 goals in his return. He had a little bit of doubt, saying, is he gonna score? Can he do it in the league? Blah blah blah. He proved it. He shut the haters up. He showed that he can still do it at this level. I'm gonna give it to Ronaldo. I mean, come on, it's only right. In terms of poorest, that's actually a good question. I don't think anyone particularly had a terrible game. I'm trying to think. The poorest. That is a difficult question. I don't think anyone really worries that title this game. But if I had to give it to someone, it probably has to be Maguire for that mistake. Probably. He didn't really have. It's unfair. It's between him and Sancho, because Sancho didn't really assert himself in the game as he should have. But I don't think anyone particularly had a poor game.
Fair
I
enough.
just want to put down the
Fair
record.
So CR7, top shooter, man of the match. Maguire, you know,
For his mistake.
unofficially, officially worse. NK, man of the match, worst performance.
Yeah, I mean, man of the match, Ronaldo, it has to be him. Scored the first goal. This man went there, let another goal, made it 1-1 like that. No problem. I'll score another one, it has to be him. I was hoping he'd get a hat-trick. But he got plenty of time to do that too. And you know what? Forwards, I have to give to Maguire simply because, look, as a centre-back, you do not go on the floor halfway down the pitch. He was like literally in the order. You don't do this, and he doesn't have pace too. You don't do that. I feel like if he stay on his feet or done a little bit kind of like far, take the yellow card, we get a clean sheet. And I was hoping we get a clean sheet just to say that we got back-to-back kind of like clean sheet, just kind of like send shivers down the Premier League too. But yeah, I'll have to kind of like give it to him.
So for me, whilst Edwin's away, I'm gonna call my man of the match, obviously CR7. That's why I said it was a silly question because it's probably gonna be a full house. And then the person that probably was the worst performing for me, I would say Wan-Bissaka, to be fair. I didn't feel like his delivery today was good. Misplaced crosses. It just feels like we only got one guy that can cross. Like, yeah, we got Greenwood who can whip in a ball here and there, and Bruno Fernandes. But I mean, just generally that open so consistency is Luke Shaw, obviously, is cross out. And quantity of crosses as well is decent. He's averaging about probably like 2, 3, 4 a game maybe. But Wan-Bissaka, man, he needs to improve, and I'm hoping that Varane and Sancho playing on his side of the pitch will help with that as well. So I give it to him, and obviously it's just he's getting intercepted, taking too long on the ball, and all of that stuff. He needs to kind of fix up. So that was my opinion. But I have faith in Wan-Bissaka anyway. He's going to improve. Ed Weezy, what's yours? The man of the match, and then your worst performance.
I think obviously CR7, not only for the 2 goals, but just for what he's going to bring. I think in the long term, you know what I mean. You can see the confidence has come up already. And the scary thing is that he's still trying to improve. Even in his interviews, like, yeah, I want to be better at each game. You know what I mean? So that's a scary thing. And I hope it rubs up on players like Martial, that you've got literally a legend in the team, and he's still working hard every day in training. He's not just saying, I've got it and that's it. And Rashford, you know what I mean? And in terms of poor player, I would say maybe Maguire as well. I just feel like he needs to start stepping up a bit more, because what happens when Varane can't play with him? We can't always be like, Varane's there to protect him. Like, you can't be diving in like that. Maybe Sancho as well. He had a quiet game, but I think with Wan-Bissaka,
you can only choose one, bro. You can only choose one.
But I just want to make a point about Wan-Bissaka. I just feel like with the coaching, I don't know if they're doing enough for him, because there's no way you can be there for that long and your crossing hasn't improved. And it just reminds me of Van der Beek's interview on that 5 thing, when he was saying that at Ajax, the reason why they were so good is that each coach was allocated to a player to work on the stuff they were not good at. So if you weren't good at headering, a coach will teach you. You spend a year with the coach working on that. And I think they're not like. There's no way he can't improve. Like, I don't know.
He's a grown-up man. If you don't want to learn how to cross, stay behind like Ronaldo and learn how to cross, bro, man. Get out of here.
I don't even think he doesn't know how to cross yet. I think with Wan-Bissaka, I think it's a confidence thing. I feel he looks at the guys in front of him and he thinks, I got to pass the ball to them simply because their man can produce better. I just feel he's aura. He's not a very vocal person. He's not expressive. He just does his job quietly and goes home. I feel Luke Shaw was a little bit like that when he first started. Remember? This is a different Luke Shaw. This Luke Shaw is moving with a different swagger, right?
No.
When he first started, he was a little bit more quiet. He wasn't really making great choices. People say he didn't really offer anything going forward. Now he's different. He's got the confidence. He's backing himself. I feel someone needs to tell Wan-Bissaka, listen, you're that guy. Like, have faith. Don't worry. If you make a mistake, don't worry about it. Just keep trying and you'll get better. And I feel he will improve. I don't think it's an ability thing. I just think it's a mental thing with Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah. And they leave him alone too much on the right-hand side, because Greenwood likes to kind of like get in the middle and then he get by himself too much on the right-hand side. Like, sometimes when he get the ball, he's just there on the wings by himself. He's trying to beat players. Whereas on the left-hand side, look, sure get the ball. There's someone just next to him for me to just do pass and go, or just do one, what do you call it, 1-2. But anyway, he got 2 more years to improve. We'll give him time.
My final point on this, because you was talking about coaching, right? Is I feel like we're improving in set pieces as well. I noticed it as well, where we'll be the first one to get the head on the ball. I see like Maguire clearing it out. I see Varane there getting his head on the ball as well, almost got himself a goal. I see Maguire got his head on the ball as well. He's getting a lot more direction with his headers now these days. In the first couple of games, I saw that. He forced I think it was like a save or something. He got on target, which is the main thing. I have a prediction actually. I think Maguire's he's going to probably get about 4 goals in this season from headers. That's my prediction anyway, but we'll see. And Varane, I reckon he will get a few too, so that's also going to help. But that's just my prediction. And big up to Eric Ramsey. Get me, the set piece coach, because he looks like you're doing your thing. You get me? Look.
Top of the table, boys.
Top of the table, my G. 11 goals scored. I think goal difference is probably like 8 plus 8 goals. Look, we're looking nice right now. We're looking nice, sitting healthy. You get me? So, look, I'm excited. I'm getting ready to watch match of the day now. I'm going to about my eat. Get me? Get my drink.
By the way, I don't want to see... Actually, don't worry. I was about to say, I don't want to see Henderson. Like, I don't like this whole Henderson talk about Henderson's. Like, he doesn't deserve to be in goal this season. The way our team's moving, we can't.
He can't drop.
Like,
he was
like,
right now.
I'm not being Varane and listening to Henderson shout at me. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not doing it.
Bro,
I'm not doing it.
I reckon Henderson was making mouth before, but I reckon now we've seen the quality that we brought in now, and I think that hopefully that's gonna be like oh yes.
I hope he's settled, because my man was talking about if you don't play me, I'm leaving. Leave then.
I think Henderson. I think we should give Henderson a loan. I think
he'll go in January. I think he'll go in January.
It doesn't make sense him to give him a loan, because we've got is it Amos? No, who's our second keeper now?
We brought in we used to have, what's his name? He even left my head.
Not Lee Grant.
Is it called Grant? We had Grant. Oh no. We bought that guy that we had back in the reserve time.
Tom Heaton.
Tom Heaton, and he's good too. He's a good
Heaton's decent. He's a decent backup. We don't need to be rotating keepers.
That's
nonsense.
Sell him.
Give Finger alone. Give Henderson alone.
Let him go Everton. Let him go Everton next season, bro.
Now, Crep, I agree with you, because the position of a goalkeeper, and especially the confidence of De Gea right now, you can't be taking him out and then bringing him back.
Yeah, that's
too much at risk this season. There's too much.
Give him alone. I'm sure Newcastle will take him, or
Everton or someone.
Anyone, Norwich will take. A lot of teams will take him. Newcastle.
You need to go to a big club, like a mid-table team.
I mean, can go to a West Ham or one of them teams there.
Someone in Europe.
Or Leicester.
I know Ollie though, man. Do you know what Ollie is as well? Everyone says that they like Ollie because he talks to the players. He tells them stuff. I know what Ollie's gonna do is Henderson's gonna moan and Ollie's gonna say, I'll play. Then he'll start rotating just to keep him nice. Because there's no way they should have offered him that bumper contract just because he was complaining. He hasn't done enough.
Look, I think Ollie know not to do that this season, but man, he got one season to get right.
Man United
trying to make friends there, bro.
He thought we were light work. Now he saw the players that we brought in. He's gonna be keeping quiet, bro. He's gonna keep quiet. But look, guys, thanks for joining me, man. This is a big episode. Remember, guys, if you want to see more, remember to like, comment, subscribe, support it, and all of that jazz. Follow on Instagram at 99banter. Twitter, at 99banter. Instagram at OT99_banterroom. TikTok at OT99banterroom. All one word. Look, follow the thing if you want to see more. If you want to see the guys do their thing. Until then, peace.